Hey everybody, welcome to Upstairs with the Right Music. Before we get started again, I want to take a moment to remind you that YouTube is really changing its algorithms to favor the big corporations and not the little guys. And it would really help out your favorite YouTuber, me too, if you would take the time, if you haven't done it, if you like this content, hit the like button. And if you have time, also to hit the bell notification so you're kept updated as soon as new content comes online. And really, we really need you guys at this moment. It's kind of a little war that's going on here, I see. And if you just take the time to do that stuff for your favorite YouTuber, whoever they are, they'll appreciate it. I sure do appreciate it, as always. Okay, in our last episode, I was showing you my guitar collection, and there's actually a few of them that I left out. So first off, I'd like to start off by showing some of my more odd-off guitars. And for example, this one right here, this is a nylon acoustic that I have. I don't use it very often. Guitar. It's actually electric. It's got a battery and it's got an EQ. It's got a pickup on the inside, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And volume control, you plug it in here down at the bottom. It's pretty sweet. I don't really use it for anything because I don't use nylon guitar very much. But it is fun to practice to play. Just, you know, a pretty cool guitar. Yet another Yamaha, of course, because they all came from Japan. This one, I've had this one for quite a while. I can't say how long. It's at least 20 years. So it's not new by any shot. It's a little dusty because I haven't really used it. But anyway, I thought I would share this with you. Next up is actually something pretty cool that I'm sorry I didn't share with you in the last video, is this Yamaha guitar. This is the APX1A. These guitars are kind of under the line of practice guitars. It too as well has an internal pickup. I don't use it, plugs in here. I don't use it at all. Volume control, what is this? Tone control. I don't use it for that. What I use this for is actually something pretty neat. I have not strung this with normal guitar strings. What I did was I took a pack of 12-string guitar strings from Electric 12-string kit and just took the bottom strings and tuned it to standard tuning. When you do that, it creates quite a unique sound. It's kind of a chimey kind of sound. And what I do is I use this if I'm recording an acoustic guitar track. I'll double whatever I'm playing on that guitar with this and mix it down underneath, and it creates a fuller sound. I don't know where I learned this little trick from. It's certainly not an original idea of mine, but you might want to try it out. And this guitar is perfect for that. Because of its small stature, it even rings and chimes a lot more. So I love it. So that's what I actually use this on the album that I'm writing right now as we speak. So for that very same purpose. So you know, you can do this with any acoustic guitar that you feel like. It doesn't have to be a mini guitar like this one. I just did it with this one because, you know, the sound of it actually is a lot more interesting. So, in any case, Yamaha, they don't make these anymore. Definitely this was from the 90s. yet another one of my getting up there to 2 decades guitars. I've always used it for this. I've never used it for anything else. So pretty cool thing I thought I would share with you. Next up is one I don't know why I didn't bring it out. This one is just awesome. It's just cool in itself. I'll leave the link in the description, but this is a mandolin that I picked up in Vietnam. So if you look in my description, you'll see the trip to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh, where I went to a luthier shop. The guy, he made this. These are custom-made mandolins with a pretty intricate pearl design here, inlay design here on the back of a dragon. Gorgeous guitar. Let me see. So, F-style mandolin. I use this a lot. I like the sound of a mandolin. I use it when I can. I try to pepper it throughout some of my recordings. This by far is the most gorgeous instrument I've had in terms of mandolins. I'll have this one forever. It's a one-of-a-kind, one-off. You won't find this. The guy made this one-off. He'll make you anything you want. So I'll leave the link in the description about that guy's shop in Ho Chi Minh. You can check it out. And if you're interested in any kind of acoustic guitar or mandolin or thing like that, that guy, he'll make it for you. And it's super cheap. Anyway, beautiful instrument. I love having it. I use it quite a bit. And yeah. I thought I don't know why I didn't bring this out, but we'll just call this episode my odd-off guitars. Certainly this is, you know, odd-off. My XT here is odd-off, so yet another one. So I ordered 4 vintage greenbacks from Brad. The reason that I got those is because of this amp right here. This is my amp that I use for recording in the studio. This Laney. It's a 1x12, so it's a complete tube amp. A wonderful amp. And what I decided to do was convert this into a hybrid vintage modern amp. So why that? Because, you know, when you buy vintage amps, they have a great sound to them, but they run the risk of faulty tubes, faulty wiring. You know, you guys know the drill. And sometimes you can get them repaired. Okay, it's going to cost you a lot of cheese. Sometimes you can have it repaired, but they can't find the original parts to it. And in a lot of those old amps, if you change one thing about it, you really change the sound of them. So what I thought I would do is take Laney. Laney's been around since the 60s, so a really well-known amp. These are designed in the UK. I believe nowadays they are built in China. What is it? But still, it's got that classic Laney design to it. This is a 15-watt speaker. So what I'm going to do is, when I get the greenbacks, get them checked out, make sure that they're all good. I'm taking one of those 12 inches, 12-inch greenbacks, and I'm putting it inside of this amp. And what it'll do is it'll give me that vintage, you know, Celestian greenback speaker sound, and it'll give me all the convenience of having a modern amp. So that if something, a blow tube, or if something goes wrong, it'll be a lot easier for me to have that worked on than, say, if I bought an older amp, which I do have my sights on. There's a Supro 1606, 1604 that I had my eye on from '65. When I take the trip to Los Angeles, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm still on the fence on it because for the exact reasons that I just stated. And here in Singapore, the chances of me getting it worked on are pretty slim to nil, so I got to take that in consideration as well. If I was in the States, or if I was in Japan, or the UK, places I've lived before, I really wouldn't worry about it that much. So I think that this is probably going to be my best option. I may still buy the Sapporo. It's pretty cheap. You can still get those from the 60s. They're about 500 bucks. Actually, I might just buy it and set it up here in the studio just as a practice, like when I'm watching TV, just to have an amp to plug in and practice. I wouldn't use this for that because this is a monster to lug around. It's actually pretty heavy. So that is my plan for that. So let's talk about future upcoming shows. One thing that I am going to do is I'm going to go to Los Angeles next week, and we're going to go on an epic guitar safari. So you want to stay tuned for that. I've actually already started. I purchased a Westbury Matsumoto made guitar. Looked that up. They were pretty awesome guitars that were made in the Matsumoto factory in Matsumoto, Japan. Very well known. This one dates back to '79, so it's a vintage. It came stock, and you know I can't resist this, comes stock with the Maggio PAF and Super Distortion. So, I mean, and for the price I paid for it was like 300, 400 bucks. The pickups alone are worth $300 a piece, you know, 150 a piece right now on eBay. So, quite a deal on that. I'm having that shipped to my place in LA, so when we get there we'll do an unboxing on that. We'll do an unboxing on the greenback speakers that the Celestials that I'm going to put in this amp. We're going to go to a couple of pretty cool guitar stores and take a look at another Les Paul Classic. This one actually is a Les Paul Classic Plus, but I think that the store doesn't know that it's actually a Les Paul Classic Premium Plus. So yeah, sometimes people sell things they don't know. I've got to go take a look at it myself. You're going to be there with me so you can see the process of how that works. So a great show coming up and a lot of other stuff. And we'll go around LA and we'll look at a couple of other guitar stores. I haven't been to a guitar center in years. I'm kind of curious to how that's working out. So we'll go to a guitar center. We're going to go to a very famous guitar shop in LA. We're going to go to Norm's Rare Guitars. Norm is world renowned. Everybody knows Norm. This guy, if you go on YouTube and you look at his storage facility, you know that scene in Indiana Jones at the end where they're wheeling the ark and there's just crates and crates and crates of stuff? Well, his storage facility literally looks just like that. The man has literally I think hundreds of thousands of guitars that he's stocked away over the years. We're not going to see all those, but we're going to see what he has out on display on the floor, so you want to stay tuned for that. Plus a lot of LA food. You know, I got to throw food in there. Everybody likes to see food. So a couple of great places that I like to go eat at. I'll share that with you. So a lot of stuff coming up. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to take a look at the show today. I really enjoyed bringing it to you and sharing this stuff with you. I really enjoyed the comments of each and every one of you, good, bad, or indifferent. Even that guy who gave me the downvote last time. Every one of you, I would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts. Tell me what you think about me swapping, putting a vintage speaker in a modern amp. Tell me what you think, you know, does it sound stupid? Does it sound lame? Sound like a great idea? Share your thoughts with me on that, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like the show? Well, show your support by subscribing and hitting the like button. See you later.